It's also used to stop the Strange Portal from the other side because it goes all the way through the map, including that cover, and Citadel now are going to be in a position to cut off Crazy Raccoon's rotation. They knew that the Star-Lord was still going to be up for grabs for NX, so what do? Get into a position where they're going to be able to mark the Star-Lord when he approaches.
Yeah, we saw Rad over there for America pull that off a couple of times as the teams clash right away. It's going to be Pauly, though, with the first lap. Good trade-off from J-Mac, but in-zone Melio get the best to get the point rolling.
J-Mac still going to be there on the Captain America looking to stall out, but like you said, it is going to be Citadel walking away with that cap. So everyone from the side of Crazy Raccoon is going to look to get out as quick as possible and not get staggered. Can J-Mac make it to his team? Yes, he can. The heals are going to be coming on through. NX 50% of that first Galactic Legend, and that goes to show how much pressure Citadel are putting on that Star-Lord. Tanuki's going to be able to fully carry the Mantis out, which means no LLS to stack up the damage boost or the heal ticks, and still Citadel are in control of this fight. Crazy Raccoons think it's winnable though. Freedom Charge is going to come on through, and that just means that Melio with the Dance of the Butterflies is going to potentially find these eliminations. They don't have a defensive option against it. I think it's just going to be aggression. Like, honestly, Enzo might just build up the Eye of Agamotto and use it against the Star-Lord in the sky so that they can disrupt NX, and even if he manages to iframe through it, he should still be able to get hit by the follow-up damage. Out comes the Galactic Legend, but it's a little bit early. The Strange just floats in front of him with the shield, and Citadel just hide behind cover.
Yeah, I think maybe they thought, okay, well, we might as well use it before they have anything for it, but yeah, they were able to just rotate. Enzo trying to throw up the shield a little bit. Love that from the player, but now Pauly getting the best yet again of the strategist. Alex does go down here, and with the quick res there from Rocket, this does give Crazy Raccoon plenty of time, but not if Enzo has anything to do as he opens the eye, but quickly shuts it. But yeah, Melio, do look out here. He's going to try to find his opportunity. Cloak Bubble already going to be popped there from the side of Lastro, and immediately it's going to be Pauly taking the Freedom Charge with J-Mac matching it. It's the old classic that we saw in the MCU once again. Now we've got Shung Hoon throwing up the Mantis Ult, keeping things alive, and Melio not getting any connection with that. So you're right, this is probably going to go the distance at this point. J-Mac getting that quick follow-up. I expect this to go all the way.
Lastro gets picked though. That's a huge exit from Citadel, and that might not just be an exit, that might be an opening. Crazy Raccoon thought that it was going to be winnable for their opponent, had to commit in with the Meteor M to be able to finish it off, and we're going to be seeing a full reset coming through from Citadel if they're allowed out, because J-Mac on the Captain America is relentless.
On the Whirlpool, don't expect
Invis
as
boundary
much
though.
Invis.
This is the worry. Crazy Raccoons have to wait, so now comes Galactic Legend, but they're not even going to use Invis boundary against it. Tanuki just gets the E!
Oh no. Oh, this dance, if they're going to look to get this thing.
You should be able to bolt it so quickly, but you can see Crazy Raccoons, they know that the Psylocke is going to be the problem, and they're really target focusing them down. J-Mac at least has been bought the opportunity to go for the Freedom Charge and burns it aggressively to hit into Citadel's backline and deny the line of sight from both the Invis and the Jeff to keep the team up. Out comes the Dance of the Butterflies, and all of the damage is stacked. Crazy Raccoons just not getting the opportunity to use the Soul Resurgence from the Mantis because the pick had come through.
Spaceball special up, slam down, Enzo with a great defense.
Tanuki too with the Itch Jeff should have the heal sustain alongside the Seraphim Shield from the Doctor Strange to keep everybody hale and hearty through the Galactic Legend. And Crazy Raccoons, unfortunately, are going to have to send one of their players onto that objective, otherwise overtime burns out. NX, he's ducking, he's leaving, he's doing his best to buy time for the Strange Portal from J-Mac, and it's enough! Crazy Raccoons continue!
Throwing it down with the Amplifier to match, but look at this patience.
They've still got the Rocket Cosmic Ion Amplifier, and they're going to lose Enzo on the side of Citadel, but they've got the Rocket BRB from Kent to be able to bring him back. Alex gets the Invis boundary up. This overtime has been going for so long. Out comes the Eye of Agamotto, but the Force Physics from Alex sends them out of it!
They're hitting the backboard, and off it goes Enzo with Yago.
NX has got another Galactic Legend. Out comes the Solid Ultimate Regen Domain from Lashra is going to be able to keep the team up and alive from the side of Crazy Raccoon, but they still have to deal with Tanuki carrying players out, and that's going to mean that Citadel have the target, focus, and the numbers to be able to start burning these players' presence down. And finally, the control will flip over to the side of Citadel. Overtime is still going to be pushed, but no one from the side of Crazy Raccoon is going to be able to touch.
Well, that's one way to open things up, right? I mean, I think Citadel loves playing when there's only a pixel left of the overtime as well. Both times they recap, there was nothing left. I was worried they were just going to step off there at the first.
Yeah, and no Rocket. Crazy Raccoons had topped off of it to go for Ultron, Luna, and Mantis instead, so no way to bring the Ultron back, which means that Citadel have the numbers advantage and the control of point currently as Ken drops the Cosmic Ion Amplifier and lets Citadel move from taking that 1 inch into taking an entire mile.
It's Jeff time, the baby shark. Dude, delete us. We like to say here. He's got 2 and he's looking for more. What a great 2 to get as well. Going Magneto, sometimes you have to judge if you go off the map or not. That's the time to go off.
Yeah, I mean, the Eye of Agamotto just means that Tanuki doesn't have to worry about any resources coming on through from Crazy Raccoon. And like you said, they're able to find those eliminations. Crazy Raccoon know that, okay, this fight's done. We've got to reset. If we let them take too much, they're going to be able to rebuild their ultimate economy. We're not going to be able to open up with a full-pocketed Galactic Legend coming on through from the side of NX. They just have to be able to actually get into a position where that ultimate can find not just an elimination, but space, monopoly for the point itself. As NX has been able to close up the distance, gets the mag bubble, tries to find the pressure, and Citadel looking to hide away from it, now get clutched onto.
Absolute delete button there, but again, yeah, able to hide behind the pillar outside of the one hit there. We're going to have the dance throwing up, and yeah, to your point, love the setup there from Enzo. One of the pure strangers of this tournament that does the role so well. It's going to be the quick meteor in the sky, the connection, the slam dunk on the Raccoon from JT3. We see you here in Atlanta, Georgia, continuing to put the sword down. Team up's gone. Melee still connects, though. Enzo's got that Agamotto once again ready.
Vital's back on the Ultron, because they've got control of that space, so they can give the pocket over to that Starlord, who is really rapidly building up to that Galactic Legend. Citadel do have the invisible boundary, so there's not really cause for them to go fast at the moment. If the Galactic Legend does come on through, they're going to be able to prevent it. They just want to move their position onto point so they can draw out the fight as long as possible and deny the dive.
Yeah, but once again, it's Big King using it aggressively, and Enzo to match does get 2 with it, and down goes Lastro immediately. Enzo just completely closing that run now as they push through, fully committing. Love this approach here from Citadel Gaming. J-Mac trying to just keep their team alive as much as possible. Wow, look at the beautiful portal stop from Tanuki. Swallows up the Strange. Off goes the maps. Wow, look at the survivor as well.
Oh
no!
Yeah, I mean,
played with his food a little bit too much, huh?
Tanuki gets indigestion, but Citadel's still going to be very happy with the fact that they were able to prevent that portal play from coming on through. Vital does save it for Crazy Raccoons, though, coming on out with the Rage of Ultron to be able to keep everyone healthy, but also pressure Citadel into having to play into a re-engage. But they've got the Dance of the Butterflies, and Crazy Raccoons don't have anything to deal with it other than stacking, unless they can buy enough time for Fate of Both Worlds to be built.
Going to Citadel Gaming after the stall.
I mean, Crazy Raccoons, they're going to try. We've got the Loki giving the regen domain to the Captain America so that J-Mac can hold for as long as possible.
Oh, the push off!
The push, yeah. The push.
That's, yeah, when
Force
you're one man left.
And then it came so close to being able to draw out that overtime too, because Crazy Raccoons like Seung-Hoon pops the Fate of Both Worlds, which would have been plenty of healing to go onto point and potentially set up for the Angela swap to get push-offs onto Citadel's players so that you don't have to worry about having a healthy ultimate economy. But Citadel will be able to prevent it before the overtime starts burning down for too long, and it's fitting that Polly is...
Shield, shall I say. Melee with the Soul Bomb, though, is just going to make things so much harder now. Enzo finding the best out of the Index, forcing that res already. What an absolute surgical way to start things out.
I mean, melee with the Soul Bind just means that Citadel do not get punished for going for the map rotation away from the Doctor Strange portal as NX is back. They had the Rocket POV, and here was my theory crafting coming into play. NX, known for playing Starlord, has a horrible, horrible Psylocke in the back pocket for strategists to have to deal with. He is insanely strong on this character, and he's already 80%.
Play with the sword where you have it going.
Big boundary. Potentially big boundary, but oh my goodness, it's got to be used in reaction to Eye of Agamotto, and the pick through is just immediate. Citadel lose the invis, lose the heals per second. Don't lose Tanuki, as that is Crazy Raccoons going for a very ambitious step into the Kraken impact, and Tanuki is going to be able to take it out. However, he doesn't get his recent opportunity. He's still got the Feast of the Abyss as well. He's waiting for all of the heal ticks to be finished with the Cosmic Ion Amplifier before coming on through. Melio is going to have his self-res up as well. He's waited so long on this Karmic Revival, and there you can see NX gets the pick onto the Adam, knows that Karmic Revival is up. He's going to use it likely in this fight, although with using that Invis boundary and slowing everybody down, they might not need it, but NX is still in this back, having to be cleared. Oh my goodness, they try to go for the false physics to disrupt the Psylocke's position, and they don't manage to find it, which forces Alex to have to use his ultimate instead.
Yeah, insane disruption there from Tanuki over to JT3. I don't know if you heard the Doctor Strange grasp for a breath there as he tries to throw the Agamotto. Alkindo with the follow-ups, shutting down what's been the biggest threat in NX right now. Just meters away here to get point 2 and a huge reset with the advantage. To here, quick uppercut's going to take quick business of him. Wow! Barely does not escape though, and it's been Tanuki riding off that momentum as Bucky does best.
And Tanuki, because he knows that last result of the fight isn't going to use the escape, gets to go aggressive with the Kraken impact. Can he find the reset? Oh, he absolutely can. He gets one, might be able to find his second. Tries to come on through. Melio at least picks up Vital as well. And that is Crazy Raccoons having to go back to the drawing board. They're going to open up the fight with the Cosmic Ion Amplifier, trying to force Citadel into disengaging, and it's not a clean disengage. The Solo gets on top of Tanuki, and NX gets his pick. He's so close to Dance of the Butterflies, something that Citadel can't afford. Without that Winter Soldier, they've got to bring him back with the Comic Revival just for him.
Yeah, this is a huge Comic Revival there. There's the NX Butterfly. Getting that neutral fight was everything you needed there, as Inzo now finds the best of JT3. Coming up there with the strategy they rolled in with Melio. Sometimes playing the aggression is fine. Having elimination is not a big deal. Tanuki doesn't need it, right?
Yeah,
Does the old-fashioned way with the neutral. Does get the res there on Lastro, getting them back to the action, but far from everything. At this point, this is the pure skill, neutral, game mechanics, game sense battles that we love here in Rivals, and right now Citadel on top.
Cosmic Ion Amplifier comes out to slow the momentum down. Oh my goodness, Tanuki tries to find a cancel onto the Dance of the Butterflies. Doesn't match you, however, Melio goes down, still has the Self-Rise. Crazy Raccoons have absolutely burnt their entire ultimate economy. If Citadel decided they wanted to fight this, to be able to keep a track of Melio, who's still got the Self-Rise and the Soulbind, a defensive ultimate to deal with Rage of Ultron, so Citadel can hold their ground and Crazy Raccoons can't leverage the Ultron ult to push the objective to where it needs to be. Next comes the Feast of the Abyss, and Crazy Raccoons just don't have a win condition right now. The It's Jeff isn't going to be enough. It's a flashy play, the Comic Revival unneeded on the point, just for aura farming. He's already got his Lord Portrait. What more do you need as an Adam Warlock player? And Crazy Raccoons are held before they... Oh, his Lord. The Soul Bond is going to be the green light for Citadel to walk onto Crazy Raccoon. So it's a good freeze from Alex as well onto Vital, so that they don't get punished for it, and it sets up Tanuki to get the pick onto NX.
It's massively. Melio finding NX is going to strip the team from really any damage boosting as damage alone. Vital trying to get something from the Goddess of Death, but we're just not seeing this team connect. They're spread out, disoriented at this point, just trying to stay alive as the Agamotto rains down.
J-Max going to be able to find Melio, however, he's still got the self-res, which will likely going to be seeing Citadel commit, so that they don't have to go for a full reset. If they have to walk into a set up Hela and Namel, it's going to be much more of a struggle, and indeed there it is. Self-res, but the self-res was costly. G-Mac takes him down, cutting Comic Revival.
Holy play now as they continue to make their way up, as J-Mac's going to get up to the high ground. Good rotations here as J-Mac's going to look to go around.
Polly's on the Venom as well, off of that Groot. Out comes the Meteor M, trying to find a catch onto Citadel, and finds a connection onto Alex on the Luna. Tanuki's cracking impact immediately shut down to a pulse because
he's absolutely thrown down, taking the distraction out. Wow, what a push. There goes the Goddess of Death.
The Goddess of Death, but that's not a health reset. Oh my goodness, the catch onto the Hela, he's going to get hit by the slow. Yeah. And immediately the follow-up is there. Goddess of Death burned no LOS from the strategist to be able to heal Vital back up to full. This is just a stall strategy right now coming on through from J-Mac, which means that Citadel win the fight without sacrificing all their ultimates. The longer this stall goes on, the closer that Ken is going to be to an ultimate, and they're still going to have the rest.
Opportunity here. Quickly, Melio going down those shoots for the team. Going to be quick up with the Born again, though, getting everybody up into this fight. Oh my goodness, though. They find the connections they need. NX, though. Vital going down as well. JT3 trying to slam dunk something for the team. Does find Alex, though.
That's absolutely huge. Citadel do not have the Comic Revival. They don't have the Strange Portal. Crazy Raccoon still have the Regen Domain and the closer respawn. Vital's coming back with the Spider-Man. They've got the numbers. The Eye of Agamotto gets nothing. Crazy Raccoon should win.
This is an absolute perfect what went from sustained job to make it a game 3. You could not have a better textbook of a performance to be able to keep that thing alive. They knew what was called for them. They only had Lastro and Magneto, JT3, to get the connection. Melio out of there, and that was exactly what was called for that team.
Loki is a great fill. Loki is a great fill strategist. Yes, they nerfed the numbers that he does, but I mean, we have to talk about it because J-Mac is the reason that Crazy Raccoons get to continue this series. The amount of times that he on the Captain players, as it is, the way that Crazy Raccoons get an in is portal play. The question is it going to be in time? So they'll have max players on the objective.
They're trying.
And oh my goodness, the stall from NX buys the opportunity. Portal comes through over the top. Vital going to be using the Rage of Ultron on the other side of it, so he's not pickable. It's still going to be able to set up the team, but they just don't have the target focus. Citadel have overwhelming amounts of damage with Enzo fully charged on the ammo.
Yeah, talk about the perfect opening. I mean, this could be up to a 3-fight.
Side of Crazy Raccoon and the group walls interfering with them trying to get out and blocking LOS. This is still going to be a fight here coming on through from Crazy Raccoon. They're going to get ready to just throw J-Mac onto that point with the Freedom Charge as he has to pop it just to make sure he gets onto the objective, surviving for his team.
Yeah, this is the make it or break it part of the point, because you're so close to be able to come back to the fight. So if you're able to get a wipe here, you can make that stretch out much further as Tanuki's going to be up in the sky. There's nothing to be able to...
The main comes in for Citadel. They're okay with using that cooldown, because even if Ken uses the Goblet of Mischief, cooldown's still going to be ticking all the way through. And speaking about ticking, Enzo is kicking JT free into the wall to get the amplified damage, and that's going to be Crazy Raccoon losing so much positioning on the objective. They just have to back. And Citadel, they see the disengage, they pop the other ultimate, and they get even more.
Okay, though, but Inex trying to throw down a little bit and stop what they can. But yeah, the connection there, and they finish in the flush of the whale. He's using the tritons, the squids, the whales. He has it all. And they have Shunghoon here to do at least some of the answer, but they have both now. Tanuki going to be patient, right? Allow Melio to see what he can pick out of it. And now it's going to be at the last right behind it. You got the old trackers keeping care of that now. Damage up, trying to find something from it. Melio, though, finds the best. J-Mac does get the Feast of the Abyss, though, to get the biggest threat off the field. But here comes the Legendary.
They use the Meteor against the Final Judgment at the same time as the Fate of both worlds. So Tanuki, patient all the same, comes on through the Galactic Legend. However, the elimination...
The guts there to use the damage boost on the aggression there, not only with the Feast of the Abyss, but yes, with the Meteor. And what a play here from Crazy Raccoon. And there's the Goddess of Death going up. That's going to force all attention on him, throwing it back and pushing it back. It's going to be almost the connection. This finds more, and this is what you're talking about. Now it's going to be Kin throwing and getting this damage boost consistently, and just aggressive is the name of this team as he continues to throw down. Look at this tracking and positioning from Kin, making sure everybody gets a piece of the pie. This is what you want to see from your strategists at the top level.
And I mean, that's just aggression from Citadel. They could have gone for the copy of the Invis boundary to slow things down, but they want to go fast with Melio already getting into the position on top of that Namor. That's why they go for the Mantis. That's why they go for the Soul Researchers. It allows them to move forward and take even more space off of the space that they started with. As we've got the Dance of the Butterflies, it's going to be up to J-Mac to try and stall the objective, which sends him directly into the Carbon Crush hold, and Citadel should be able to just clean on up. There's 4JT3. He's got to break out a wood chopper to get through those brute walls.
Master of Magnetism, but not wood, but there's a great connection on Melio. It's going to be, though, the quick follow-up there from Enzo and Kin with the Legendary to follow. Sunghoon, unfortunately, was in the point, unable to go up with the show. It's so hard to kind of plan home court advantage from Angela here at Asgard. Look, there's the pick! And not only just one, he gets the biggest one out of it, forcing the passive right away. That's what you want to see there. As he's gonna, we got to keep the cam right here on the Widow, see what we can find more. He finds another. It's a beauty. Absolute lethal demon out here with the snipes, and he's got the skin to boot.
Oh my goodness, Natasha Romanov is popping off. Marvelrivals Ignite Stage 2. Melio gets taken down by NX.
The exact same fights on their way. There's
Cozy.
the Daredevil.
Let the kitchen doors open. Matt Murdoch is out on the field of Yggdrasil. We're going full dive against Crazy Raccoon.
Oh, it's a thing of beauty.
And Tanuki is looking for that opening. He's getting all of the information too on where the Widow is positioned as well.
Yeah, I mean, this is what, he saw the Black Widow, he's like, you know what, let me cook too, right? I can come out here and throw out the hands of Matt Murdoch. We got Lawyer Time ready to go now and trying to charge up.
There were no ultimates. Like you said, oh, the Invis magic comes up. They think the Crazy Raccoon overcommitted into the slow. However, the pure from JT Free in reaction, everyone from Citadel tries to take advantage playing in the bubble of Invis magic, feeds them into the Eye Agamotto, and Citadel, they're just not letting this go to pass. Out comes Ken's Fate of both worlds. They still think that this is winnable. Crazy Raccoon, the healing from the Cosmic Amplify isn't going to be able to stand up to the Dance of the Butterflies.
Yeah, I love the commitment here from CTG. Might as well go all in here as Luster does find the best of Polly, but here's a Dance of the Butterflies as Melio is going to be taken out and followed by Matt Murdoch and friends and Zoao. This is a great response from Crazy Raccoon, playing this near perfectly. Look at that. I mean, Scarlett Johansson's going wild somewhere, I'm telling you. What an absolute...
Tanuki's going to be letting the devil out in a matter of moments as Vital is finally held at bay, but the Rocket PFP brings him right back into the fray. Freedom charges on the field, it runs out now for Polly, and that's going to be Vital coming on. The Black Widow fights the big main! Stop it! Vital is absolutely and break the synergy of the damage boost one-shot potential for the Widow, and now they can just keep pushing. They push into the Invis boundary to force it off of the objective, and Crazy Raccoons just flood the choke.
Yeah, they're forced to go in and throw that invisible boundary out. That's exactly where they wanted. Devil coming out, but nothing from Hell to follow. And right now, we're seeing the Crazy Raccoon match exactly what we saw. And there's his drop. He wants Natasha out of here. There's the key matchup. It's going to be quickly Paulie getting them out of there. That's what they wanted. And this is what I talked about. This corner with the spawn so close with defense is the battle you got to win.
Vital's still up. Can Vital find the pick? He sees Tanuki on the Daredevil. He's looking for it. He loses Seonghun, so he loses that lifeline of a strategy to be able to poke him. And oh my goodness, we're just going in. Out comes the Dances of Butterflies from Melio, just trying to seal the fight. He cancels it early too, so going to be looked upon by the Venom in the stage 2 of the dive.
Oh, but it's J-Mac throwing out the wild animal. Speak about Animal Planet. We've got a Wolverine on the loose right here, right now. May not be in this meta, but he's doing just fine because he hunts his prey as he's doing so just now. And this was these
positions, but they have to deal with the damage boost on the Star-Lord, and so they target focus the Star-Lord. NX is there, NX is gone.
Yeah, that's a huge pick early. They do have the Galactic Legend for later, but right now the Stagger Pest is happening in front of our eyes. J-Mac does get the pick on Enzo, but that's going to be right back to the action and no problem. But there is going to be the Amplifier, so they are using
the Feast of the Abyss. The hit potential on this Venom is so low unless they can get the follow-up with Melio, but no! Enzo doesn't find the opening. Eye of Agamotto shuts it down. Tanuki, the target focus coming on through, and Crazy Raccoons are getting closer and closer to that final destination.
Yeah, great job from Ken there to try to get his team to Crazy Raccoon.
JT Free can still put that Strange Portal into play. Unfortunately for the side of Crazy Raccoon, he's still up and standing. Yeah. Citadel target focus players that weren't the Strange to deny the regroup and Portal recontest. And off of the back of that, the overtime will burn out before Crazy Raccoons can get onto the convoy, and Citadel will hold by the hair of their breath.
And that's the plays that I love to talk about. They did focus on, they knew the Strange Portal was available. They made sure, hey, keep them in the fight. Why not, right? And be able to get rid of everyone else. And that is just a perfect performance from Citadel. Either way, I do want to say it would have been really tough to win in that overtime with stretched out time anyway, even if they got to point 3. But Citadel's not even going to let that happen, as once again, we have our MVP, and Citadel is going to be your winner for match